Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, any questions, clarifications? I think we completed the second chapter last time, right? Yeah, we completed the second chapter. Any questions, clarifications?
Swamiji,
Yeah?
I did have a question.
Yeah?
So when you described Swami Tarananda Giriji's
Yeah, yeah.
situation, where you
Yeah.
said that he said बुद्धि काम नहीं कर रहा था तो मस्त
मस्त
राम
राम
हो
होके
गया.
बैठ गया हाँ
Yes, Swami. I was trying to understand, in his place, had there been just another regular human being, at what point would the experience have been different? Which is
See,
experiential and which is
for a common person, when it happens like that, he would not be able to objectify what is happening to him.
okay.
There will be confusion, there will be frustration, there will be, because but the mind is functioning, but the brain is not. See, it's a very peculiar situation that when your brain has ceased to function or is compromised, and your mind is active. Your mind is capable of thinking, but it is not reaching your body. It's a highly frustrating situation. Yeah. It'll be what? Like what a plant is experiencing when somebody breaks off a twig. The jiva there screams. That's why J.C. Bose managed to record some of those moments in his experimentation. So the same condition will happen to a human being. Same condition will happen to a human being, and there will be a high level of frustration because of that. Total frustration. Yeah. But the frustration will not be seen at the physical level. So that makes it worse. It is like if you are not being understood by everyone around you, how do you feel? Multiply it 10 times. So it's a very, very difficult situation to be in, to be trapped in an unresponsive body, or here a disconnected brain. Brain is just not functioning. It can be highly frustrating, highly this. Well, this person was sitting Anandoham because he is recognizing that the body is not functioning, is not capable of functioning now anymore. And he pinpointed that is here because that connect is not happening. The total objectifying Sakshi, functioning, the only thing possible for him was Sakshi Bhava in functioning. Yeah. And so he sat down like that. A normal human being will get highly frustrated with that. Yeah, it'll be a very frustrating experience.
Yeah. And they would remember that when they come out of.
Yeah, definitely they'll remember that.
Okay.
If they come out of it.
If they.
Yeah. Because if it can be diagnosed and treated, like in his case. Yeah. Because I raised that question that, rule out all the physical things. Yeah, every last one of them before you do anything else. Because just imagine if we went by what the doctor said and gave him antidepressant. What way is it going to help? It's going to mess up that brain more. Yeah. But that will be the normal first level diagnosis people make. Because the guy is sitting down quietly, he is fine. You'll check his BP, this, that, everything is okay. Why is he not responding? Then you'll jump to the psychological thing, oh, he must be depressed or something like that. Yeah. That will be the normal thing that you go through. But it is worth looking into it. Yeah. That's why wherever I have interacted with doctors, etc., the fundamental principle is rule out everything physical before you even think of psychological reasons. It's important. Yeah. That is from the medical part, but this is from the Vedantic thing. This is how it is. Yeah.
Got it.
Only someone who's very, very this could have done that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions, clarifications from anyone as far as the second chapter?
So Swamiji, like the last verse we covered.
Yeah.
So I had just like question about. So here, Bhagwan uses the word prap.
Brahmi sthiti.
So prap. So does it mean that it is supposed to be attained or something like that? Or
Yeah, see,
what is it?
because everything in our life we talk in terms of attaining. I have to get that job, I have to get that promotion, I have to get that money, I have to get that house. So always think of getting. So he puts it in the same language, that's all. Yeah, but it is not. Yeah, it's a state you attain only through knowledge, nothing else. And owning it up and making it your own.
So Swamiji, like you use this like making it our own. So can you like elaborate this a bit? Like what does this mean?
Good question. See, if an Uttama Adhikari comes to study Vedanta, Uttama Adhikari means the best of the students. Someone like Arjuna, someone like Nachiketa, Shvetiketu. I have not met such students outside the pages of the Upanishad. In real life, such students don't exist. Me, I was not anywhere close to that. Okay. So, that person listens to Vedanta. His Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam is at such high level. Viveka is like functioning almost like Sakshi Bhava, like that. So, at that level of, if you are, then you listen to Vedanta, you understand it's yours. A worldly example, if you want me to give, here is a person who was smoking because he did not know the ill effects of smoking. Okay? He did not know. He didn't come across any literature, though in today's world it's a bit difficult, I accept. Okay? But my father's generation, it was quite common that people smoke because they didn't know about the ill effects of it. And there was this whole media images, Marlboro Man, etc., etc. So it was quite natural, even our generation. The Marlboro Man image was very high. So let us say this guy is a smoker. Okay? Not a chain smoker, but he enjoys a few cigarettes every day. Okay? And then his friend shows him all the literature, the videos, etc., about the harm of smoking. And his fingers literally open up, the cigarette drops, he throws off the matchbox, everything, and says, no more smoking. And from that day onwards, he doesn't even bother to smoke. Now, that level of ability, nobody has that. Have you ever seen someone who enjoys smoking? Just enjoys, not an addict, just enjoys smoking. Being able to give it up like that? No. So, if your mind is at that level, okay, that level, or you enjoy alcohol, you are not alcoholic, but you enjoy your drinks, you know. And the doctor says, hey, you already got fatty liver. This will become worse now if you don't stop drinking. Okay, fine. The bottles, etc., are given away to all your friends. Here, take it away. No more drinks from today. And doesn't even miss it. If you are at that level of functioning, which nobody is, I'm telling you, I have yet to see anyone like that. I have yet to see anyone at that level. But if you are, then the knowledge, you just listen to it, it is yours. Because what you know and what you feel and what you do, the body, is in perfect harmony. There is perfect integrity between knowledge, emotion, function, action. Okay? There is perfect integrity. So, if you are a person like that, you just listen and you are free. Okay? The knowledge is yours. But we are not like that. We don't have that high level of integrity. All of us make compromises. No, I know street food is bad, but my Bhel Puri wala is okay, But he uses bottled water, Bisleri water for making his chutneys out. So we all make our compromises, okay? No, but people have eaten here, nothing has happened to them. How do you know? Have they done a stool test for parasites, etc.? Yeah. But Swamiji, you also say that. Yeah, I say that about some restaurants because I know they have industrial level aquaguard filters and the water comes from there. So a few restaurants I may speak about like that. Not street food. So we all compromise. So our integrity is at not that high level. Yeah, we must speak the truth, correct. But we'll tell white lies at least. Or if it's inconvenient to tell the truth, we'll bluff and get away with it. So because of all this, our living is like that. Okay, our integrity levels are compromised. Yeah. We don't always live by what we know. Now, because of that, there is a dichotomy between my what I know and my feelings and my action. So now, what I have known here has to sink into my heart. My emotional life should get influenced by this whole knowledge. Okay, so the knowledge has to be integrated into my thinking, feeling, doing. So what they say is that's why they say nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam is repetition of the knowledge. You sit quietly by yourself and bring in all the essential teaching to you in your mind. Without the jokes, without the stories, without the examples, all that paraphernalia that goes in teaching, just the essence. When you capture in your mind, it is called nididhyasana. So when you do that, I will be doing it here. Next couple of chapters we will do that. So when you do that, it's soaking yourself in this knowledge. Another option is like how if you got a full-time, that's why a full-time student has an advantage. If you are full-time into Vedanta, morning, afternoon, evening, what are you doing? You joined an ashram and doing a 3-4 year course in Vedanta. 3-4 years you can master Vedanta? Yeah. Morning you start with meditation, then you have breakfast, then you have class, then you have another class, then you have some Sanskrit, then you have a lunch and afternoon break, then you have another class, then you have arati, then you have a satsang clarifying questions. This goes on day after day after day after day. So what are you doing? You are soaking yourself in this knowledge. No? Like if you come for a camp, you will understand in 3-4 days how immersive that experience is. You are soaking yourself in the knowledge. So if you are doing that, that's another way of getting it into you, integrating it. Okay, integrating it. But it's not that every person who comes to an ashram gets that integration. Some of them have joined. We may have thought, okay, the teacher must have thought it is borderline, but maybe he'll make it fine. But he came to the ashram and then he got distracted by another ashramite. Okay. Yeah. So these things also happen. The ashram is a reflection of the world, no? It's a mini world. So it's not that everyone who comes and gets it, but this is another way. Rishikesh, I have seen sadhus doing it. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, they are just attending classes. Bas, satsang karna hai, shravan karna hai. They are soaking into this knowledge. Then what do else do? They go for bhiksha. So they are going with someone whom they know. They are discussing Vedanta on the way. So whole life is revolving around Vedanta only. So then also it gets soaked down at home. But we can't do that. We have work, this, that, everything to do. Okay. So then you put in some nididhyasanam every day. Morning, evening you do something and then soak it. Before you know it, it is yours. That's what I call that integrating that knowledge into you. When that happens, you will never lose it. Whatever happens, you won't lose it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions, clarifications?
Swamiji, I have one question.
Shoot.
Regarding the same topic. So,
Yeah.
in Jnanam we say that, okay, through Shravanam you get in Jnanam and then you make it your own through, you know, further Shravanam or Nididhyasanam. But when it comes to moksha, for example, like moksha, what exactly gives us that moksha? Is it the Shravana Jnanam, or does it have to be, like, does it have to percolate into our life? Which means then that person has attained moksha. Like, because if I say that the reason for bondage is ajnanam, the jnanam that I get alone should deliver me out of ajnanam, and that means I am a muktaha. So, but why does it have to be, you know, integrated into my personality or life?
Because, okay, if you are at the, as I said again, at the level of an Uttama Adhikari, Shravanam is enough. But this knowledge seems to come and go in your mind. In your own mind, if you look at it, when some challenges of life comes up, what happened to the fact you are Ananda, you are calm, peaceful? What happened to all that? You are miserable, you are angry, you are upset. You know, God, why does it have to happen to me? It's not that the wise person doesn't get angry, but there is no hangover of that anger. Okay, it's like Swami Chinmayanji. I used to call him Minute Man. Why? 1 minute he'll explode, but then 1 minute he's down, and everything is back to normal. Very difficult for the people to deal with him. But once you understand this, it's easy to deal with him. You have to wait 1 minute before you say another thing. So, if you are people like that, there is no issue. Okay? But we are not. We know, and yet, see, this problem always comes up. Every student I have seen of Vedanta, in the beginning they'll say, I know but I don't experience. I know but I don't feel. It's a contradiction in terms. And why is this contradiction? Because of the nature of the mind. So classical Vedanta will say, get your mind ready. Viveka, Vairagya, etc. and then come. Or in classical Vedanta, we will also put the person through preparation. Believe me, it can be hell, okay? No, very few people will survive. If I start taking a full-time course and start giving those traditional exercises, even now you will see it in some Zen monasteries. Okay? You are going to study Zen. Admission itself is difficult. What do you mean admission is difficult? Look at my resume. I have been studying Vedanta for 10 years from different sources. So you come to the ashram, to the monastery, you ring the bell and there is a small room. You wait in the room until you are called. When will you be called? God knows. 1 day, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, next day, 3 days. You don't know when you are going to be called, so you are going to wait in that room. Be careful of food and drink. Why? Because then there is no place to go to the toilet there. And you may be called at that time. So how will you do? How will you sit there? This is just to get an entry into the monastery. Then you will go. You will meet the monk who receives you, not the head monk. Sir, I would like to head monk. Head monk busy. What do you want? I want to study. Good. They'll give you a broom. No, long broom. Sweep. What? Monastery, sweep. All the leaves and all are fallen. Sweep, keep it clean. Okay, you are quickly doing it because you want to finish it and go and meet the monk. No, not like that. Then they'll show you how to sweep. Gently, like this. 1 stroke. 2nd stroke. 4 hours, 5 hours goes only in sweeping. Then you must be hungry. 2 meals a day, okay? 11 o'clock morning and 6 o'clock evening. So now by the time you work, you go, you have something. Survival diet. Then here, sleep. Bare room, not attached bathroom, toilet, things like that. Bare room. I have stayed like that, bare room in Rishikesh, Andhra Ashram. But you're very thankful you got a room, no? You're safe from the breeze, cold breeze that is blowing, etc. You're very thankful. Stay. Then next morning, chai, tea. There's nothing like tea, there's water. Tea, coffee, pani hai. Water you can have. Okay. Then that day also goes in sweeping. 6 months goes in sweeping. Many of our guys won't survive. They'll run away. So, if your samadhanam, that way of sweeping, etc., teaches you that samadhanam, uparati, quieten down, shamadama, all that it teaches you. Then when you study Vedanta, okay, you don't need any nididhyasa, because you are converting that sweeping into an art of meditation. Zen and the art of archery, Zen and the art of the broom, yeah, Zen and the art of the stick, fighting sticks. So this is the Zen and the art of the broom, Zen and Ikebana. So Zen comes through everywhere, meaning that meditative mind. So your mind is like that. Then when Vedanta Jnanam goes, you walk away free, you're fine, you're done. No issues. But our minds are not that ready. We have created problems in our own mind. Therefore, you need this to back it up. If our minds were ready, remember, when Vedanta says Shravana Matrena, it is talking about this Adhikari. So if you are that Adhikari, no problems. Shravana Matrena. If you are not that, then you have to back it up with something. The greater the Adhikaritvam, the less the meditation required. The greater pre-meditations, preparatory meditations you have done, the lesser nididhyasanam required. I needed some meditation, but not much. Not much. Why? Because my mind was ready with my martial art and things like that. You are calm and peaceful. Attack is coming into you, you are still calm and peaceful. Yeah. You are just standing. Someone is coming and giving you 10 punches on your stomach. You are just standing and taking it. Yeah. You can't defend. Total acceptance. No? Acceptance of the pain, everything. Except, okay. You're not supposed to make a sound. At the most, a grunt is allowed. That's not more than that. Then, if that is the type of preparation you have had, then nididhyasanam less, because your mind, there is a certain integrity, certain preparedness. If that is not there, yeah, then you require more of nididhyasanam. That's the easy way. Nididhyasanam is the easy way, the softer way. If you want the harder way, it's easy. Maja aata hai. That's why you'll find some teachers sitting there, yaar, kaisa students, maine inko maar ke sikhana hai. We'll use that expression, teach in the old way. Yeah.
So when we say moksha, it is not just...
Moksha is jnanam. Knowledge that is available for you right through. Yeah. Moksha is knowledge. Atma jnanam equals moksha. The question is that jnanam available for you? You have created pratibandhakas in your own mind. So, later writers used an expression, Shankara doesn't use it, but later writers use this expression, sapratibandhaka jnanam. Knowledge that is coming along with some problems in it. The problems are not in the knowledge, the problems are in your mind. Pratibandhakas are there. Where would Padmapada have any pratibandhakas? Shankaracharya come. His name was Sadananda, I think. But was Sadananda come? The guy ran across the pond, the water body. He ran across the water body because Guru is calling. That much of Shraddha. We will say, Swamiji, today I can't come for a class. I have this, I have that. It's a fact of life. Come on, let's accept it. There's nothing wrong in it. But what I'm trying to say is, we are not like Sadananda. We are not like Sadananda. So naturally, our knowledge will not be that instantaneous like for him. How it was for him. Pratibandhakas will be there. Therefore, we have to work on it. It's not being judgmental, it's just being evaluative and saying we have to work on it and do what is necessary. So, one way of working on that is Nididhyasana. Or don't do Nididhyasana, not necessary. Shravana matrena jnanam, do whatever is necessary to prepare your mind. Yeah. Whatever is necessary, prepare it. Yeah. Getting married is good. Falling in love is very good. You know why? If you are ready to understand one another human being, you are ready to understand anything. I mean, I am presenting in a jovial manner, but it is true. So, it works well. So, pratibandhakas are created by your own mind. And therefore, Vedanta, and it is not something new, it is something old. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Atma Vare Drashtavyaha. You must see the self. For seeing the self, what do you need to do? Shrotavya, Mantavya, Nididhyasitavya. Shravanam is enough. Why Mananam? Because you have doubts. Therefore, you need to clarify it by doing Mananam. Either by yourself, with other students, or with the teacher. Mananam is done. Then Nididhyasitavya, if that integrity is not enough and you have to own it up, own it up. Yeah. Otherwise, Shravanam, otherwise Upanishad need not have said Mantavya, Nididhyasitavya. Could I just stop at Shrotavya? That's enough. But the Upanishad says that, recognizing that these problems are there in a human mind. But knowledge created is always created in Shravanam. Mananam, Nididhyasanam is only to remove the problems that come up from my mind. Therefore, Shravanam alone gives you knowledge. And moksha is Atma Jnanam eva, nothing else. But the Jnanam has not happened enough. Why? Because there are problems. Remove the problems, then the knowledge is there. No? Otherwise, yeah. We will say this as the problems created by doubt and error. Doubt, how can it be? Because you have it. Error is, I don't feel like that. My erroneous thinking is continuing. Okay? My Dehatma Buddhi is continuing, if you want to put it technically. Or what you call in the West, meat and potatoes thinking is continuing. We have that expression, isn't it? Meat and potatoes thinking. What is for lunch? Meat and potatoes. It's fixed, like, you know. You're conditioned to that. India will be dal chawal thinking, you know. So that's fixed. Yeah. Because in your mind, certain things are fixed. There is a resistance to change and think differently. Like all the South Indians here. How many of you feel lunch is complete without curd rice? That's a form of thinking, that you are used to certain things and you are locked into it. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter because it is too small to matter. Yeah. It's too small to matter. But that is this thing. So similarly, other places also we have the same type of conditioned thinking. I am the body is a conditioning. And this I am the body conditioning is more because nowadays the physical challenges are less. So we are very comfort oriented. We are very comfort oriented. We are the body, temperature, put on the AC, put on this. And the AC, AC dala. I don't even bother to check the temperature. No, keep it at 22 or 23. I mean 22, 23, what is the big difference? No. It is that comfort orientation, that this is the temperature I am maximum comfortable in. Hey, it's your AC, you can control it, no problems. But what I am trying to say is, because of this, and because we have not physically challenged ourselves, the Dehatma Buddhi is very, very strong. I am the body conditioning is very, very strong. If you have pushed yourself, played a sport, you can make the body. You are not so comfort oriented. Why? Because how can you be comfort oriented in sport? Playing football. Your legs are tired, your lungs are screaming for air, but you have to go run and get that ball. So you learn to push your body, etc. Therefore, that condition gets a weakened a bit. Any sport will do that, except bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, when they want that big muscle and this, all show muscles, they are not very functional. Show muscles built up by steroids, protein supplements, etc. More show than function. That the conditioning becomes stronger. Why? Body beautiful. You find bodybuilders, even after 6 months in the gym, anytime they pass a mirror, so except that sport, there may be others also which I don't know about, but from what I know, most sports helped you bring down their conditioning. Because it's just the body here. You still have to be pointed out you are not the body. But then understand, I can push it, I can make it do what I want. Even yoga helps. You're twisting your body into all sorts of positions. Yoga is the uncomfortable way of body positions. अरे सिद्ध ना आराम से बैठ जाओ. नहीं ऐसा बैठने का है, पद्मासन में, सिद्धासन में. Why couldn't you just sit? No, this is the okay. There is a reason for all that. Why? Because you learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable positions. Ardhamatsi Indrasana. You're twisting your body up. Twisting your body is twisted, upper body is twisted, hands are twisted, legs are twisted, all that. Now breathe. Stiram Sukham Asanam. Asana should be stiram and sukham, comfortable. Uncomfortable, I can't barely breathe. No, learn to be comfortable, relax and learn to be. So what are you doing? You're putting your body in uncomfortable situation and saying you have to learn to be comfortable. Titiksha. Does it not develop that? You don't have enough problems in life, therefore you're creating problems. But it is useful. Yeah. Tai Chi is the same. You walk from here to there. Walk. Not like that. There is something called Tai Chi walk. Walking is walking. Na, chalo na idhar. No. First you shift weight to the other leg. Then you lift the heel. Then, pura dekhenga to it will take 1 minute to take a step. That is ideal. Yeah, really, that is ideal. 1 minute for one step. Pagal ban jayega. Most people, if you say that in the beginning. So in the beginning we don't say that. Beginning we say 5 seconds. One step, 5 seconds. 5 seconds, one step, oh my God. It has to be built up until 1 minute. Okay. So what are you doing? Breaking body, I am the body conditioning. It helps. But in our modern lifestyle, it is not conducive to breaking that I am the body conditioning. Too much of comfort orientation. Too much of it. Chinese people were known to be tough because a lot of martial arts and things like that. You know what they have done on the mountain sides for tourists to come? They have put escalators. Mountainside में escalators. That's the worst thing. At least some places were left to challenge human beings. We are building roads, that itself I am not very happy with. All the way to Kedarnath you can drive. Yaar, maja chalega. The fun of a yatra is gone. You can drive all the way. You have to walk some distance. No? And here they are putting escalators in difficult areas. Where will you challenge the people? When they had that little skirmish with India a couple of years back, some of those boys were being sent to the border forces and there were pictures of them in tears. God, I had to go and fight. You imagine a soldier crying at the thought of having a fight. If you're a real soldier, the thought of having a fight is like a tiger tasting blood. Ah, come on now. This is what I trained all my life for. Now my training is put to a test. Chalo. But gone. So these type of conditionings are so strong, we need to break that. Previously people used to do yatras. Simple. Ramaishware tu kritam papam kashayam pranishyati. You're in South India, you have done some, all of us have done wrong things in life. Now who has not done? So, kritam papam. So to get relief from that, what you have to do? You have to go to Kashi, Varanasi, and have a dip in the Ganga there. Varnasyam tu kritam papam Rameshware pranishyati. So those people, you come to Rameshwara. Then there was a smart Alec. Okay? An over smart character. He said, Kumbhukone kritam papam Kumbhukone pranishyati. Kumbhakonam people are smart for all this. They have a reputation for that in Tamil Nadu. The idea is what? Those days yatras used to take days, no? The fastest form of transport you had was a bullock cart. Food habits change, everything changes. You go to Kedarnath, you are looking, where can I have a bath before I go into the temple? Bath? Hai na? There's a river flowing, Mandakini is flowing out there, go have a bath. Hey, I can't even touch that water, it is so cold. I put my feet into it and my brain freezes. I never knew what that connection was. Okay, just do prokshanam. All right. Then it is cold. I'll remove South India. I'll remove my shirt and down and go. What removing shirt? You will freeze to death. You go with all your coat and everything. The sweater I've been wearing right from there, I have not washed the sweater. Doesn't matter, God understands. Kedarnath is like that. So all your conditionings goes. And that character from Kedarnath comes to Banare, hey, take out to Kumbhakonam, take out your shirt before you enter the temple. Arey, shirt bhi nikalna padta hai. Kya hai ye? Haan, nikalo. Different. So all your conditioning of what it should be, what is right, gone. You get an unconditioned mind. Our culture was meant to give you this. But now in the name of culture, we put in more conditionings. Why is the sadhu behaving like that? Why? Because you have a conditioned mind and how he should behave. It is between him and his guru. Why are you bothered about it? Yeah, because it's all conditionings. Even sadhus have their conditioning. I told you the story. I met this Dandi Swami at the airport. How he is allowed to carry that danda onto the plane, I don't know. He must have had some special influence. Otherwise, a stick can't be carried onto the plane here. Come on. When you are not allowed to take a nail cutter onto the plane, how can he carry a stick? He was allowed, okay. Then he's standing outside the bathroom looking around. I said, Maharaji, kuch chahiye? Haji. He wants to go into the washroom. He doesn't want to take his danda inside. So, Tera danda sambalenga? I said, to another sadhu is giving it. All right, I put it. I'm standing with a danda. Okay. Then he comes out, I give it back to him. Yeah. I go pick up my bag and all and go out. After 2 days, I meet him in Shankaramatam. महाराज जी इन लोग बोलते हैं यहाँ रहने के लिए जगह नहीं है. दैट टाइम दैट न्यू फ्लैट हैड नॉट कम अप. आई सेड हाँ शंकर मठम में जगह तो नहीं है. फिर जगह किधर मिलेगा? ऐसा संन्यास आश्रम है, घाटकोपर में भी है, विलापार्ले में भी है. यू विल गेट प्लेस टू स्टे देयर. दे आर गुड साधुस, आई नो. विश्वेश्वरानंद इज अ महामंडलेश्वर इन विलापार्ले. गो देयर. खाना पीना भी मिलेगा. हाँ ऐसा खाना भी मिलेगा. डोंट हैव टू वरी बिकॉज यू कॉन्ट गो फॉर भिक्षा इन बॉम्बे. You go for Bhiksha in Bombay, you'll be kicked out as a beggar, number one. If at all people give you something, they'll give you money. Where they have time to cook and give you food? Bombay mein time hai kya kisko? They don't have time to cook for themselves. They order Zomato, whatever. What are you going to cook? They'll give you money instead. Go have something. So, sannyas ashram. Up to here, it was pretty okay for a sadhu to ask. The next question was a problematic question. वो सब खाने बनाने वाले सब ब्राह्मण लोग रहते हैं क्या? Are they Brahmin cooks? I said, no, this is going too far. I said, why do you want to take a Brahmin and make him do Vaishya karma or Shudra karma? Paricharyatmakam karma, Shudra karma. Service to people is called Shudra karma. I said, why do you want to take a Brahmin and make him do Shudra karma? I didn't say make him a Shudra. I said, make him do Shudra karma. Huh? I said, हाँ ऐसा ही है ना. The guy didn't know what to say and I left him there. After a minute, I left him there and walked away. So sadhus are also conditioned by this. Even now if you go south, near the temples you will get Brahmin Bhojanalaya. You get it in North India also. That was because you can be sure here you won't get non-vegetarian food. And you don't want to eat non-vegetarian. But don't be too sure. Huh? Nowadays you will find a Ram Bharose hotel, but it will be run by a Muslim and the food will be halal. That's why in UP a big thing is going on now. That owner's name should be put up. But these are all conditionings. Yeah. And with all these conditionings, people are coming to study Vedanta. But tell me, if your knowledge doesn't have pratibandhakas, what will be there? It will be full of pratibandhakas. The mind is too conditioned. You will say, oh yeah, Vedanta says I am free. Do you feel free? You have been having 1001 rules to your functioning. And then you're saying, I'm going to be free. How are you going to be free, tell me? No way you're going to be free. Yeah, Karthik, you have a question.
Swamiji, when one reaches the stage where they're primarily doing nididhyasana,
Yeah.
Does Karma Yoga have a function or are they mutually exclusive at that stage?
It is not exclusive. If the person is doing predominantly Karma Yoga, predominantly Nididhyasanam, but he has got things to deal with in society. He is not a sadhu, he has got things to deal with in society. Then his lifestyle will have some Karma Yoga buddhi into it. No? You need it. When you are functioning in the world, Karma Yoga buddhi. Unless you are a sannyasi, where you can say, Agate swagatam kuryat gachantam na nivarayat. That is a little bit more higher degree or a more extreme form of Karma Yoga buddhi. The sannyasi mind is a little bit more than the Karma Yoga. If you have that, fine, no problems. No problems. These are few things I have to take care of, that's all. Like I had a student. She used to stay at Breach Candy. Posh flat. Flat must have been worth about those days 25 crores. Okay. My whole ashram can be built up with that money. And I have some surplus also. One flat. And she used to drive her own car. She was a widow. Daughter was married and settled when she started attending my class. Okay. So one day she said, Swamiji, come for Bhiksha tonight after class. I said, okay. Yeah. That's when I saw the house and this and that. I said, what do you do whole day? Swamiji, there are a lot of us elderly people, elderly means middle-aged, who want to have something about spirituality, but they are not ready for a proper class. So what do? Is I explain some simple things to them. Once they are ready, then I send them to either English speaking, I'll send them to you. Otherwise, I'll send them to Prempuri Ashram where the others, Hindi speaking sadhus come. So our whole life was this. Okay, either learning herself from my class and this thing, books and things like that, or helping other people to get ready for it. She was leading a sannyasi lifestyle. And you will find the person most untouched by things in life. Not bothered. This happens, fine, no issues. Daughter got divorced. Two people came together, they can walk apart also, no? I will support my daughter, help her. That's it. But there was no, oh my God, it's shameful. This happened when did it happen? Almost 30 years ago. I was there when it was happening. Okay, 98, 99, that time. Okay, happening. Yeah. So the daughter would cry to her, daughter would cry to me, all that. But she was very, very cool about it. You do what, I'll support her, I'll help her, I'll this thing. Yeah. So sometimes the daughter really loved her husband. Said, मैं तो राधा कृष्णा का पीछे जा रहा है, मेरा घर में ही राधा है. She would say, because so much of longing was there. मेरा घर में ही राधा बैठा है. That's how she would take it. Can you imagine that spirit? She is no more. She expired just after COVID. She didn't have COVID, but around that, just after that. She was one of my trustees. She expired 2-3 years back. And she went also peaceful. The daughter said, Ma, you are not feeling well, let's go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital. I know it's time. There was no illness, major illness. But just that couple of days there was a little issue. Said, no, it's time. And she went also like that. So now look at it. Whole life, she has been living like that. A sadhu life but at home. A sadhu life but driving your own car. A sadhu life but living in a 25 crore flat. But the life was that. Then 3-4 years before she died, the daughter, she told the daughter, see, this house is yours. I don't have anybody else. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to do anything right now before I go? She said, Rama, why don't we shift from Bridge Candy to BKC and have 2 nice flats and join them together? Because my kids are also growing up, this, that. She said, okay. Now at 80, you are willing to shift into a new place. How many of us are willing to do that at 80? But she did it. Happily. No issues. So you can have a sadhu attitude and live in the society also without wearing the robes. She was more deserving of wearing the robes than half the sadhus I know. I'm not joking. I think Satish Bhai will remember her. Lajja rahe ja. Yeah, Satish Bhai knows her well. I don't think the others here, maybe Sunita has met her a couple of times, but others have not known her.
Used to come for the
Yeah, Vinita will know. Yes. Yeah.
Given a lift. Sometimes she's given me a lift.
Yeah, exactly. So, the thing is, in all this, if you have to focus, see, you can live by your culture. By whatever culture, lifestyle that you are comfortable with, please live by that. You don't have to change that. Let it be your background, let it not be a conditioning. That's important. Now, I have a scientific liberal background. But if I go to an orthodox setup, I am comfortable with the orthodoxy, though I am not an orthodox person. I am the least orthodox person in the world. What orthodoxy? I criticize it. Why? Because orthodox people have to break free from their orthodoxy. I don't criticize it because I hate it. I criticize it because it doesn't work in some areas. But I can be very orthodox. What is the problem of being orthodox? There is one problem. You are putting all that, na? Doesn't stay on my forehead. Maximum 1 hour it goes. If I wet the chandan and then put it wet chandan, 1 hour it will stay. After that it disappears. That problem is there. Other than that, there is no problem. I stayed in orthodox ashrams, very orthodox ashrams. They are not an issue. Let it. So, my liberal scientific back is my background, it is not my conditioning. Similarly, orthodoxy, etc., if you have, it's okay. Let it be your background, not your conditioning. Your culture should only be a background. Take all the good things from it. Let it not be a conditioning. Then you will find Vedanta works very well. But we make it a conditioning. How can you do a puja like that? It should be done like this. Do you know how many variations are there in the Shastra? Just because you followed a system, that doesn't mean that's the only right system. Yeah. So, a lot of variations. That doesn't mean if you are doing a puja, you do what you want out of it. Unless it's just your personal way of relating to the Lord, then it is fine. Your personal puja, personal way of relating, that's it. Just to invoke bhakti out of me. And then you do what you want. Yeah. Otherwise, follow a system. And there are multiple options in the system. So, with all this, the second chapter is actually the complete Gita, what we have seen. The whole of Gita is there in the second chapter. Look at how it started off, okay? To quickly this thing. Arjuna's problem clarified by himself. Shishyasteham shadiman tvam prapannam, etc. Then the knowledge of the truth in terms of personal and total, na bhavo vidyate sataha, etc. Then lifestyle, karma yoga, mastering the mind, description of a person, wise person, that's the goal of what you can be. There's a painting of the goal, what you can be. Benchmarking for yourself. So it is complete. What is left incomplete? I would like you all to go over before the next class, especially these verses like na bhavo vidyate sataha, na sato vidyate bhava. Go over it. See whether you really understand that. Okay? If you don't understand it, listen to the recording again. You know? Because that is one of the most profound verses in the whole Gita. Again, karmanyeva adhikaraha. Listen to the explanation of karma yoga. Karma yoga starts with setting your priorities, vyavasayatmika buddhi. Without priorities, what karma yoga you are talking about? Yeah, you will have the right attitude towards the result, but you will be running around like a headless chicken. Then what is where karma yoga if you are running around like that? Yeah, karma yoga is focused activity. So, with all this, when you look at it, in fact, as I said, the second chapter is enough for people to gain moksha, if you are ready enough. Just to the second chapter. But most of us are not. Therefore, we need that elaboration. The elaboration is attributed to Vyasa. And it is indicated that is indicated in the dhyana slokas of the Gita. Dogda Gopal Anandana. What is that verse? Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta. Dogda Gopal Anandana. Sarvo Upanishado Gavo. All the Upanishad is the cow. The milkman is Krishna. He is taking the milk out of the whole Upanishad. The essence is being taken out. Partho Vatsaha. Partha is the calf. Calf is satisfied with very little milk. Sudhihi Bhoktaha. Sudhi, Sushtudihi, good thinkers. They are the people who enjoy the Gita. That means what? It has to be elaborated for them. Yeah. If you are like Arjuna, a little bit, okay, second chapter, both ho gaya. Enough. Yeah. But it's not clear enough. Therefore, the whole elaboration. Beautiful elaboration by Vyasa, attributed to Vyasa. I mean, they say that this is how it is, Krishna didn't have the time, which is understandable. How much time will you have on the battlefield when the martial music is on? It's already, the call for arms has already been there, set. Okay, yeah. Bhishma set it in motion to shut up Duryodhana. Not time to talk now, time to fight. This is not the time to go on bug. This is the time to fight now. Let us finish the job. Bhishma, one of the most pragmatic people there. Yeah. So, how much time would Krishna have had? Whole chanting of Gita takes 3 hours. People like come up and told him, hey, Muhurta ho gaya to start. There was a Muhurta to start the war. One Muhurta lasts only 58 minutes. So within that you have to start. There 3 hours Gita bolega. Kya tabhi? थोड़ा ऐसा भी सोचना चाहिए ना. I am deliberately presenting all this so that the whole thing goes. Yeah. So it's a beautiful text. So next time we'll start the third chapter, okay, and go into the details of it. It's a beautiful chapter. You see that. Think about what I said. These 2 verses that sum up the whole thing. Very, very important. Okay, it's a good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.